Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to have another Charizard video, this time for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Let's go ahead and look at the stat spread for this amazing Pokemon. So defense 78, special defense 85, speed 100, attack 84, special attack 109, and HP 78. So you can see it's got a pretty decent stat spread here. A little low on the physical defense, but not super crazy low, just kind of lower middle. Special defense kind of like a true middle. Speed's pretty decent at 100, not too bad there. Attack, middle ground. Special attack 109, so we're kind of in the low upper area there. And then HP 78, a little on the lower middle again. Overall, pretty well-rounded. A little on the squishy side, so you don't want to have it take crazy amounts of damage, but it has a good base speed and a good special attack, and you can do some fun things with the attack, which we do have a build we're going to go into a little bit later for that, but special attack is usually where you're going to kind of land for this Pokemon. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the abilities now. Charizard has the two abilities, Blaze and Solar Power. Solar Power is going to be the hidden ability for the Charizard, and that is the one that is probably used the most. However, when we're talking about a physical build, we are going to use Blaze more. Blaze is going to increase fire damage by 50% when Charizard is 50% less of HP. So when he's down below half, his fire attacks are going to do 50% more. Now that could be for physical or special attack. It doesn't matter. It works for both fire attacks. Solar Power, however, is going to increase the damage from your special attack anytime this Pokemon is in harsh sunlight. So if you have a Groudon or something like that to set the sun, then you're going to be able to do a crazy amount of damage more on the Charizard. So Solar Power is usually used for the special attack because it raises your special attack, whereas Blaze works a little bit for both, and that's why we're going to use that for the physical build later. In regards to resistances, it has a good amount of resistances. Actually, way more resistances than it has weaknesses. And one of those is an immunity, the immunity to ground typing. So it is going to be immune to ground type, so things like Earthquake and Bulldoze will never hit your Charizard. You will be good. And then it's going to have a half resistance to Fighting, Steel, Fire, and Fairy typings, and then a 1/4 resistance, a quarter resistance to Bug and Grass. So that's a awesome resistance there for you. So with the Fighting and the Steel and the Fairy, those are pretty predominant typings that we're going to see with Metagrosses and Togekisses and Lucarios and all of those running around. So this is a great typing to have some resistances against. Now, we do have a couple weaknesses here, 3 to be precise, in Electric, Water, and Rock. Electric and Water are going to be a 2x weakness for the Charizard. So again, he is a little on the squish side, so just be careful of that. But he might be able to live through some of these hits. The Rock typing is where you really want to be careful, though. Rock is going to do crazy amounts of damage. It's going to be a 4x hit. So if you even get hit by a Stealth Rock coming in on the switch out or something, it's going to do devastating damage to the Charizard. A Stealth Rock isn't going to kill you, but it will make you pretty much OHKO for anything else. You're going to be one-shot for almost anything. So just be careful of situations like that. Know your typings, but it does boast a really good couple resistances there, more than its weaknesses. Now I want to clarify real quick, when I say a quarter resistance to Bug and Grass, that means it's only going to take 25% of the total damage that that move would output on a normal Pokemon. So only 25%, where the Firefighting, Fairy, Steel typings are going to take 50%. So still really good either way, but I just wanted to clarify that for you for just a moment. Hey guys, if you're liking this video or it's helping you at all, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. Also, feel free to come by the Twitch channel where we do mostly Pokemon Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Lots of raids, shiny hunting, battles, you name it. But let's go ahead and get back to the rest of the video. Okay, let's go ahead and move on into the first set here. Guys, remember, if this is beneficial for you or you like it, please drop a like and subscribe. Alright, so the first set here is going to be a special attack set. We're going to put 252 EVs into special attack, 252 into speed. We're going to go fast, we're going to go strong, we're going to hit them hard. The other 4, you can put it into whatever you want. I just threw it into HP here. As far as the move set, we're going to go Blast Burn or Flamethrower. Now, Flamethrower is good because it has a higher accuracy. It's a little less damage, obviously, than Blast Burn, but it's never going to miss unless there's a double team or something like that into play. And so you have a little bit more consistency with the Flamethrower, I still stick with the Blast Burn because it's only a little bit less accuracy than 100%, so I stick with that for the extra big DPS damage out. We are going to also have Air Slash as our other stab bonus move here for the flying typing. And the nice thing about Air Slash is it obviously can make the opponent flinch, so that's a nice little bonus when that does happen. We're going to have Solar Beam here on for some coverage and Protect as well. So Protect, Solar Beam, Air Slash, Blast Burn, or Flamethrower. That's the 4 moves we're going to use. Protect's nice because you can pretty much tell when you're going to get the Charizard targeted. It becomes a lot easier to figure out when he's going to be targeted down, so you can bait a little bit and use those Protect moves to kind of make them waste a turn while your other Pokemon in doubles anyways is attacking whatever the threat is to your Charizard. So I like having Protect here. You could substitute it in for another typing like a Dragon type attack or something, but I like having Protect on here as much as possible. As far as the nature and ability item, we are going to go with Solar Power for the ability here. This is a special attack set, so we are going to want to have somebody that could set the sun for us, whether it's a ability like Drought with Groudon or just somebody using Sunny Day. But Solar Power is definitely the way we're going to want to go with these special attack builds if you have Solar Power. Now, if you don't have the hidden ability for the Charizard, Blaze does work here as well. It's just not going to give you the instant oomph right away. You're going to have to take that 50% damage before you start to proc that extra damage. As far as the nature, we're going to go Timid or Modest. I like Timid here. I'm going to almost always keep this as a Timid set, but you could do Modest to get the extra damage out. It's really up to you. If you have a Tailwind setter, and you set the Tailwind, then maybe you don't really need the Timid that much. It's kind of up to you how you want to play it, but I always go with Timid on this. And as far as items, you got Life Orb and Expert Belt. This is going to depend on your team composition. Life Orb is definitely going to work really well here. Just keep in mind with the little bit of chip damage you're taking from the Life Orb, you also take some damage every turn from the Solar Power as well. So you're kind of doubling up on your passive damage. I am a big fan of the Expert Belt for this build here because we've got a decent amount of coverage and we're going to be able to do some super effective attacks against a lot of different things. So I do like the Expert Belt here, especially for getting those bonuses from Solar Power. Okay, so this next set is going to be a physical set, and we've got some fun things that we're going to be doing here. Now, we are going to do 252 to attack, 252 to speed, and then again, throw that last 4 into whatever. I just usually put it into HP. And for the moveset, we're going to go Flare Blitz, Fly, Steel Wing, or Dragon Claw, and then Belly Drum. So Flare Blitz we're going to pick as our big hitting stab bonus move here. Keep in mind you are going to take some recoil damage when you do use Flare Blitz, which you can see in the video in the 4th quadrant. And Fly is going to be our other stab bonus move there. That's going to take, it's 2 turns, right? So it's like Dig. You fly up, and then the next turn you come back down. So just keep in mind people are going to be switching in and out if you do use Fly. There are some other lower hitting, lower damaging flying type attacks that you can put in here. I have been just using Fly, but feel free to experiment and flip things out. Steel Wing for coverage, especially if you're going to be fighting some things that are going to be weak to steel typings and good against things like Togekiss. Dragon Claw, it was a nice little extra damage against Dragonites and things of that nature. Now, what we're really going to be working here is the Belly Drum. So Belly Drum is going to basically do 50% of your damage off, but it's going to max out your attack value. So it's going to be a +6 to your attack value, and your attack is going to be super, super high, and you're going to be able to decimate anything. So with this build here, your first turn, you're using Belly Drum. You don't want to get hit. If you get hit, the Charizard's pretty much dead. So I like to pair this with something like a Togekiss that has a Follow Me. So something with Follow Me. I like Togekiss. I have 2 different Togekiss, an offensive build and a defensive build that I use. And the defensive one, my Fitoria, she is the Follow Me, and she allows the Charizard to really get that Belly Drum off and then go to town. So this is a great attack here, or a great skill here, because it's going to maximize your damage output, and you're going to do just stupid, gratuitous amounts of damage. Now, for ability item nature, we are going to want the Blaze ability here. Solar Power obviously boosts your special attack, but this is an attack build, not a special attack build. So we want Blaze here, and then once you get your Belly Drum to proc off, make sure your IVs are right. Your IVs and EVs are right with your HP values so that when your belly drum drops, you're already at your 50%. So not only is your attack value max, but now you're getting that 50% bonus on fire attacks for like Flare Blitz, and you're really just gonna decimate everything. It's pretty crazy, actually. I am gonna put on the Jolly Nature here because I do want to be as fast as possible. I've got the belly drum going, but I've lost 50% of my health, so I want to be able to outspeed whatever it is that I need to kill, and make sure you're targeting down the biggest threats on the field first. As far as items, you got Life Orb and Expert Belt here. I'm not totally opposed to using Life Orb here at all. So yeah, you are going to take a little bit of damage, but you've already taken damage. I mean, you're Charizard, so at 50%, you're pretty much OHKO for almost anything, one shot kill kind of thing. So taking a little chip damage here and there isn't going to make or break the Charizard at this point. If something hits you, you're probably dead. So I do like the Life Orb here. You can't go with the choice item because you have the belly drum, and then you would have to change to a different attack. So choice items are not going to work here, but I do like Life Orb, and if you have somebody else using Life Orb on the team, then Expert Belt is still something you can fall back on. Okay, so this final set here is going to be a little bit more tricky. We're going to actually do this as a Trick Room set. So we're going to make sure that your Charizard has the worst speed possible. So if you can breed a zero IV Charizard, that's the goal. So make sure you have the lowest possible stat for your speed stat. Don't hyper train it. Don't put any EVs into it. Don't do anything with it. You want your IVs to be as low, your EVs to be as low into speed as possible. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put that 252 into our special attack, but we can also put that other 252 into some kind of bulk now. So I just threw HP up here for this one, but you could split it up amongst your special defense and defense. You know, like 60 into defense and then 100 and something into special defense, the rest into HP. However you are comfortable with this. For the Charizard, I just threw it into HP and called it a day. As far as the moveset goes, we're going to do Blast Burn, Air Slash, Solar Beam, so the same moveset as the first set. You could, again, substitute your Flamethrower in there if you like, but we are going to make sure we have that Protect. You have to have the Protect on this build because you're going to need to protect first turn with whoever your Trick Room Pokemon is before you die or take damage. So you want to Protect with your Charizard, Trick Room with the other one, and now turn 2, you're a slow Charizard in Trick Room, and you're able to actually outspeed almost anything. This is a very tricky kind of build here, and it works actually pretty often, but if they do have something on their team that is slower than your Charizard, you just might need to know your Pokemon and their stats a little bit more to pull this off properly and not get yourself into a bad situation. As far as ability item nature, it's very similar to the first build here. Solar Power we're going to go with because it's special attack build. But the nature, we're actually going to do a quiet nature, which is going to give us a plus to our special attack, but a minus to our speed. Again, lowering our speed as much as we possibly can. The items, you can do a little bit here. Life Orb, Expert Belt, kind of the standard for this. You could put a weight gaining item down that slows you down. You could also do that to really make sure that your speed is bottomed out, but I do like having the little bit of extra damage with the damage up items like Life Orb, for example. So Life Orb or Expert Belt here I think works really well as just kind of a standard for Charizard. Charizard can be super good, guys. He can hit like a truck. If you get Belly Drum off, it does crazy damage, especially with Blaze combined, and if you're using Flare Blitz, it's really crazy damage out anytime you get a Pokemon with Belly Drum getting off. But the special attack side of Charizard is kind of where his sweet spot is and where everybody kind of generally gravitates to. It does really good damage. It's a very solid Pokemon. It's just a little squishy, so just make sure you protect it as well, and make sure you're watching your switch in and out. Well, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out. I do hope this helped you out in any way possible, and if it did, drop a like and subscribe. It's free. Totally underneath the screen there, just click the little button, and if you have a comment, you have a question, a suggestion, let me know. I try to respond to all comments, so go ahead and put it down below underneath the screen. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for hanging out, and I do appreciate you. Hope I see you in the next video, but until then, take care.